Hey y'all, it's Friday, it's TheManlyPotsies. Anyway, I just wanted to say, first of all, this week for me has been kind of an up and down kind of week. Um, I was helping a girl who has dysautonomia um, come down and deal with um, getting around and, seeing doctors and that type of thing. And when she first came down, she was running, a few problems here and there, finding doctors, and then last night, um, we had to get her to the emergency room. There was a problem that happened. Anyway, long story short, she's doing a lot better, but this week has just been kind of draining and emotional for me. But other than that, I'm doing okay. Um, Except kind of a little annoyed because one of the neighbors sent me a note saying that your dog's barking too much, but I'll have to deal with that at some point. Anyway, first question by David was how um, many days do you get out to run errands? I get out as much as I possibly can. I try and get out like 5, 6 days a week. Um, it depends on how hot it is. So, if I do fairly well with that. Um, Other than that, Frank's question was, how do you stop the tremors? And tremor-wise, I don't really know if there's a way to stop them. I mean, I take a Xanax and kind of try and chill out and deep breathe, catch my breath, and stop myself that way. But I try to find alternate ways of you know panicking and freaking out. Um, then next question was uh, by Joel. Um, has it how is it reflected in relationships in your life? Well, for me, I'm married, so my wife's extremely supportive of it, and that makes it helpful that way. So that makes it easier to deal with, and she helps me through everything. So I'm not really in the dating scene anymore. So in that sense, that's kind of a tough question. But long story short, she's great and helps me out any way she can. Next question after that is how often do you? Zep's question was how often are you able to exercise? And exercise for me is kind of up and down. It really depends on how warm it is. In LA, it gets to be pretty warm, so some days are better than others. The heat kind of takes a toll on me, but for the most part, I'm able to get through it. Um, Normally bike riding or walking or kind of jogging if I can, if I'm up to it. But half the time it's kind of like just lay down and pound the Gatorade and drink Pedialyte and just try and stay as hydrated as humanly possible. So in that sense, it helps a bit anyway. But I mean, I'm able to try and get out and then find a swimming pool and work out in the pool that way. So I mean, I need to do a bit more. But being a chef, tend to like good food, so it's kind of a trying to find a happy medium there. Um, I really don't have any real questions for you guys this week because I've been kind of trying to think of something, trying to come up with something to think of to ask, but it's really kind of tricky to think of one off by hand because I've been kind of running around all day, so I'm kind of scatterbrained in that sense. But um, I guess one question that I could throw out to you guys is how do you deal with all of the medicines that you're taking? I mean, as for me, it seems like I have enough medicines to open my own Walmart because, or CVS store because I'm always, being given something by some of the doctors. But so, I mean, I guess how'd you guys handle that? I mean, I handle it okay, but some medicines are better than the others. And have you found one which really helps you, or one which really, doesn't have any really adverse side effects? I guess would probably be the best way in that sense. Anyway, just, yeah, drawing a blank right now, but yeah, I guess that's about it for me for today. This message comes is a bit late for me because I've been at the hospital all day, helping out a friend and dealing with that. But anyway, guys, it's great. Keep up the good work. Um, you know, all your questions are fantastic, and David's on Monday, Frank's on Tuesday, Zeb's on Wednesday. Hold on, I'm drawing a blank again. David's on Monday, Frank's on Tuesday, Joel's on Wednesday, Zeb's on Thursday, and I'm on Friday. So anyway, have a fantastic weekend, all. Take care, and I will talk to you guys next week. All right, have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. All right, bye bye.